Okay, so this video we're going to be talking about one major thing that you are going to want to do, and maybe a couple other ones too, that is going to happen before 3.0. And this is something that I have actually not talked too much about, and it's going to be very important for you to start saving and doing. And you want to do it now, all the way up until 3.0 and Dendro release. Let's jump into it. Have you guys heard of Prime Gaming? It's free with your Prime membership, which I know most of you guys already have. You can get exclusive in-game content like currency, skins, etc. You get that every single month. Like Lost Ark and Apex Legends. Plus over 30 different titles that you can get. And you actually get a free Twitch subscription to your favorite Twitch streamer. Some of the great offers this month, of course, we got a Prime Gaming cancel for League of Legends, Apex Legends, a free legendary blend. I actually don't even have that. I'm gonna get that right now. Got it. We got a battle item pack for the the launch of Lost Ark that you probably should check out. Probably gonna get that too. Oh, and Destiny 2's got some good stuff coming out right now too. So I mean, there's that. And as you can see, there's a bunch of different offers that update every single month. So make sure you click my link in the description below so you can get access to Prime Gaming. I've had it for a long time and it's awesome. Plus, they got a lot of good stuff out in general, just linked with Prime. So you probably should get it out of the way. So make sure to check the link in the description below. Now, what I want to talk about in Genshin right now is that there is a specific way of farming out resources in Genshin for artifacts, okay? And if you're going to be farming any artifact set, no matter what you're going to have, you're going to need a specific artifact set to boost damage. Now, in a lot of different artifact sets, there is a lot of artifact sets for many different types of damage. First off, we have the emblem set for elemental burst damage. We also have weapon sets like the Shimenawa set for like normal attack damage. We got Hydro for hydro damage. We got defense sets for defense damage and geo damage mixed up. And there's a lot of specified sets. But the really funny thing is the universal sets for Genshin came out a long time ago. And when Genshin first came out, there was a thing that a lot of people wanted to talk about. And the thing they wanted to talk about is, hey, we need the best artifacts. And we want to use the artifacts that work on the most characters. And a lot of people talked about a specific artifact set, which was the Noblesse set, and talked about how this artifact is a universal set for a lot of different characters. And that's partly true. It's a support set, then they got power crept by the emblem set. Now, the other artifact sets that are available right now are in the Artifact Strongbox, which is something, yes, is definitely worth doing. It is the Bloodstained box, we have the Wanderer Troop box, as well as the Gladiator sets. Now, of the four, there's only two that are even worth using the Artifact Strongbox for, and it's going to be the Noblesse set as well as the Wanderer Troop set. And the Wanderer Troop set is only good if you're building for a Melt Ganyu, and it's only good for that. Now, you can make arguments on why the Gladiator set Strongbox is actually a decent set for like 2-set random stuff or other things, but I'm gonna let you know this right now. If you don't know this, the amount of artifacts that are gonna have attack percentage could potentially be increasing very soon. So this is definitely something you want to not get. But for Noblesse stuff is actually quite good for a lot of people in Genshin that don't have artifact sets. For example, one of the characters that is really good with a Noblesse set would be that a lot of people used at the start of Genshin was Keqing, and they used her with a 2-piece Electro set as well as a 2-piece Noblesse set. Nowadays, people switch over to Gladiator, Thundering Fury, they use the Thunder Soother set. There's a lot of other sets that people use. But for a lot of characters that didn't necessarily have a good artifact set before the emblem set, ended up using a 2-piece Gladiator or a 2-piece Noblesse as well as a 2-piece Hydro set for the characters like Xingqiu. If there's going to be characters going to be coming out for Dendro in the future, you could use the Artifact Strongbox for, I think, something like Dendro, but the characters have to be an attack-based character in order to work. Now, the other side of the coins, of course, is you're going to need an elemental burst-based character for that to work. So what you should start doing now is, if you're not sure if a character is going to be an attack percentage scaling character that you wanted to use something for, or an elemental burst scaling character, is that you should start saving something. And this thing you should start saving, because you're not sure what's going to happen in the future, is you should start saving your fodder 5-star artifacts. And you should start saving a lot of them. And the reason you should start saving a lot of them, and we're talking a ridiculous amount right now, because we have a huge amount of artifacts that you can actually get, you can up to 1,500 artifacts. You're going to want to save as many orange artifacts as possible. And the reason you're going to want to do that is in 3.0, we're going to be going toward Dendro. Now, two things could happen in 3.0. The first thing that could happen in 3.0 is there could be additions to the artifact strongbox. Now, if there was additions to the artifact strongbox and new artifacts to exchange for, that would be amazing. And that sound is perfectly timed and was totally not planned. But the other reason you're gonna wanna save a lot of orange artifacts is because currently there are no ways of getting Dendro goblets. And if you wanted to get a Dendro goblet on the release of Dendro, one of the best choices to make would be to save a lot of artifacts. Now, the chance of you getting a Dendro artifact for a goblet is pretty incredibly low. In fact, it's so low to get a Dendro goblet, it's ridiculous. But having, and then farming for a Dendro goblet for a very long amount of time in a domain sounds like a really bad choice. So damn, that timing is so good. It's like your brain gets bigger. So if you're in the middle, right, of trying to farm out artifacts right now, start saving your 5-star artifacts that you don't necessarily need. Now, the ones I'm talking about are the really bad ones, not the good ones like these, but I'm talking about the really bad ones that you don't necessarily need. I'm talking about these kind of artifacts, the ones that are like HP percentage with defense flat, EM, all that stuff. Those kinds of artifacts are the ones you are going to want to save and not destroy. It's gonna take you a few months to get these stocked up in your inventory, so you have a lot of them that you can destroy for the artifact exchange system, so you can potentially get yourself a Dendro goblet. Now, you're going to get, I believe, since you have 9 artifact runs that you can do per day, somewhere about 10 artifacts on average per day over the course of the next few months. And that means that over the course of about 3 months, which is about how long I think it's going to take to get the Dendro, you're going to get a total of about 600 or so orange artifacts that you're going to have in there. A tenth of those are usable. That's like 270 fodder art, or that's about 270 per month fodder artifacts that you get per month. So it's 540 total that you're going to actually use for the artifact exchange system, which means you have out of 540 artifacts, 180 chances in order to get yourself a Dendro goblet. Now, over 2 months, that's a decent shot at getting a Dendro goblet. I mean, that's 180 artifacts to get a Dendro goblet. That seems okay. But the reality of a Dendro goblet is really tough already. Because if you think about spending resin for 180 resin runs to get those artifacts out, that's 3,600 resin just to get the artifacts farm in so you can get yourself a Dendro goblet. So to save yourself a bunch of time and headache, start saving 5-star artifacts now so you can use them in the artifact exchanger to cheese your Dendro goblet farm. And this will probably save you thousands of resin long term either way. And don't use them in the current artifact exchanger. Now, I know a lot of you think the artifact exchanger is a scam because the other artifact sets are better, but the thing is we don't really know what the Dendro set's gonna entail, and we aren't actually sure if we're gonna need a Dendro goblet either way, but just as a safety measure, because we don't know anything yet, and even though the artifacts right now, they are better than Noblesse set, better than the Gladiator set, better than all the other sets. I know that those sets aren't as good, but hey, we always use one offset piece, and it's probably gonna be this piece because getting a Dendro goblet is gonna be really, really problematic. So even if it's not the right piece, at least you'll get some support stuff for your Bennett, or you get other alternate Noblesse sets for other support characters that you can use, or even like alternate sets that you can use on characters like Kekawing, or you can use things on like Zhongli for your DPS builds, for alternate damaging builds. So it's not like the artifacts are fully wasted, so just know that this is probably a good idea as of right now if you want to save toward Dendro. But that's gonna do it for this video. My name's Sekapoko. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just want to be a quick heads up on what to do to start saving. This is probably the best thing to do before Dendro. Have a great rest of your day, guys.